here's the first worded example for bearings in trigonometry. So a walker leaves camp, point C, and walks on a bearing of 250 degrees true for 8 kilometres. How far west of camp is the walker? You'll see why I put an X there in a minute. So for these questions, you always need to have a diagram, and the point that you are starting from, in this case, point C, the camp, is always the middle of your compass. It's where you draw your compass. And we've got north there. Let's fill in the information. A bearing of 250 degrees true. Now you have to figure out where to put your walking line. So this is 90, that's not far enough. 180, not far enough. That's 270, that's too far. So it's somewhere in here, closer to our 270 line. And he's gone for 8 kilometres. We know that this big angle here is 250 degrees. Now you'll see that we almost have a right-angled triangle there. Do we want that? Let's see. Oh, you need to figure out how far west of camp is the walker. So if this is where they've ended up, then how far west is represented by this length here. From their starting point, how far have they got until they're in line with where they were there? That's the amount west, and we're calling that X, as I've defined it there. We've almost got that right-angled triangle. Let's fill that in now. We're going to redraw our right-angled triangle over here. Eight kilometres. X. There's something missing though. In order to use any trig on this, we're going to need to have an angle. Now the angle that we can find is going to be this little angle in here. There's a couple of ways that you can find it. We know that going all the way around from north to this west line is 270, but we've only gone to 250. So there's a 20-degree difference, 20 more degrees to go. So this has to be 20 degrees. Your other option is you can think about it. This is 90, then 180. How much further have you gone to go that full 250? So that would be 70 degrees. And you go, well, the whole thing here is a right angle. So if that far is 70, it's got to be 90 in total. So this remaining bit must be 20. So we can fill in a 20-degree angle over here. It's just easier to redraw a triangle, and now it's just looking like one of the simple trig problems from our earlier exercises, finding the unknown side. We have the hypotenuse and the adjacent side. So we are using cos. Cos of theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. Fill in what we know. Cos of 20 is x over 8. X is being divided by 8, so to undo that we're going to multiply by 8, the inverse operation. So x, that multiply 8, that cancels out, so x is equal to 8 times cos 20, and put that in your calculator. It doesn't specify how many decimal places, so we always go to 2, so that's going to make it 7.5, it's 7.517, so that rounds to 7.52 degrees. Not degrees, kilometres, because it's a length. And we just do a quick reasonableness check. Short sides should always be longer than the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is 8, this is 7.52, so that's perfectly fine. This was a worded question, so we should write a worded answer. It would look like the walker is 7.52 kilometres west.